Okay, we're here today at Crocker Farm Winery. It's a small music venue in Franklin, Kentucky, with Mike Terrier and Rita Scruggs, and they're the heart and soul of the Possum's Trotting. Possum Crossing String Band. Now, these guys are really good. Got a couple questions for y'all. It's a hot afternoon and it's August, and you just have to bear with us. But y'all are a little different from a lot of bands. A lot of everybody thinks of bluegrass and they think of string bands, but you're not really that hillbilly music. Your music has some nuance and some really drive to it. And I know Mike, I want you to say a few words about how you get the drive from that fiddle.
Well, it was all dance music originally, which is where the drive comes from. You've got to drive it to get people to dance. And that's what's most important. The fiddle actually drives the rhythm with the bow versus bluegrass, which is a lot of fast notes. You put the rhythm with the bow.
Well, I played a little music myself, and I found that fiddlers are very difficult to kind of stay with. They're a different beast. And I want you to kind of play that Laborin's hornpipe for me, and let other people try to imagine trying to play along with that. It's herky-jerky. Just
It's not herky-jerky.
don't give them the whole thing, give them the best.
Sorry, got lost.
It's good. It sounds good when you play it with a group, but everybody else has to stay together with you. And I know that's probably not the one to play just to show off the fiddle, but it did demonstrate that herky-jerky thing that the rest of them have to play. The other thing, this is Rita Scruggs, no Kendall Scruggs, she says. But she's originally from North Carolina, we find out. She's not a Knoxville girl, but she has somehow come upon an authentic mountain voice. Now, were you born with it? Or?
Well, actually, I grew up in the mountains in East Tennessee. My mother was from a little town in North Carolina called Mars Hill. And come to find out later that a lot of ballad singers come from Mars Hill, North Carolina. And, I grew up just hearing, she was an old mountain lady, and I grew up hearing her singing around the house, listening to Dolly Parton on Porter Wagner Show on Saturday nights. And so that just kind of influences and comes out when I sing.
Can you play a little, just strum to yourself and just play a little lullaby you sing to yourself?
Oh, Lord.
It's got that mountain sound.
What should I do?
Barbara Allen.
Well, I can do Barbara Allen, but I don't know how to play it, but I can sing it.
You should do Annabelle.
Okay. This is an old ballad, came across the mountains. It's called Barbara Allen. Was in the merry month of May, when all bright flowers was blooming, sweet William on his deathbed lay for the love of Barbara Allen. He sent his servant to the town, to the place where she was dwelling, said, Master dear has sent me here, if your name be Barbara Allen.
Oh, that's beautiful. Y'all got to hear something special there. But we really appreciate y'all coming today, and we're gonna try to piece together a little video that shows you all and shows the farm here and what can be done if we don't all sweat to death. But the next thing we're gonna have, y'all got anything else you want to say?
Possums rule.
Possums rule. Possum's Crossing String Band. Well,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
weave and spin, weave and spin. There's no children at all in these narrow, empty streets, for the loons have all gone and it's so quiet I can't sleep. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as it blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. Now the mill has shut down. It's the only life I know. Tell me, where will I go? Oh, where will I go? And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as it blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as it blows through the town. Weave and spin, weave and spin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll run through 3 tunes in a medley: Soldier's Joy, Whiskey Before Breakfast, and St. Anne's Reel.
again with the Possum Crossing String Band. That's singular possum, and it's used the word "the" in front of it. The Possum Crossing String Band. We did better on this one. And we got today David, Lebor, and Jim. Jim's the bass player, clutching the bass. But I think the fiddle drives this band, but these are the heart and soul of the band. Dave plays the clawhammer banjo. Everybody knows Uncle Dave Macon and Grandpa Jones. And Lebor has a style of playing the guitar that is European based. Both of these are European transplants. Jim claims to be the only native Tennessean in the entire band.
And Rita.
And Rita. She's from over the hill in North Carolina, though. No?
Yes.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, White Pine,
White
Tennessee.
Pines. Well, hey, the first thing we like to do is talk about each piece of the band. It's a hot day, and I just got done telling them to hold on to their cup because they might not get another one. Can't put ice in it. But the clawhammer banjo that David plays, I think I may have played that thing before, but it's a plunky, rhythmic instrument instead of the. And Dave, can you say a few words about your style of playing and?
Clawhammer banjo is an old style of playing that was extremely popular before the Second World War. It originated in the 19th century. In a lot of bands, it was being superseded by the Scruggs style, which is like the bluegrass style, plucking, finger plucking. This is it's a strumming technique, really. Rather than a finger picking style like Bill Scruggs introduced. And was it really the origin of bluegrass was when Scruggs joined Bill Monroe's band. That's really the origin of bluegrass with this finger picking style. This predates that by a long time. So you're right. People like Uncle Dave Macon, Grandpa Jones, although he was a fairly modern entertainer, he used the clawhammer style of banjo.
Can you give us a little sample of the
That's not really a tune, it's just something I made up.
Well, it's very good.
Strumming.
The rhythm
Yeah,
combines with the fiddle,
right.
and it's not the usual thing. And Lebor, can you say something about your style of playing? I think it's different than you're going to see in Nashville.
Well, it's kind of difficult to tell where the style comes from, since, I started to play guitar long before I knew anything about American music. All I knew was some Czech people trying to play a similar style, but generally it comes from playing at the campfires and with a bunch of people. Most of it is just strumming and doing the chords, but sometimes you need to pick the tune. You need to give the tune to all the singers, so you go with starting the tune and then continue to strum.
It combines lead and rhythm playing. Your playing combines
Yes.
In a very nice way, and it's different. And we really like that. Okay, Jim, everybody wants to see you thump that old big bass.
Yeah.
Tell us about your bass.
Well, this is an Engelhardt bass. It was Engelhardt bought out the original K basses, which everybody used to play everywhere. Every jug band around in every part of the country had a K. The ones that are still out there are real old. They're all beat up, and they're very expensive because you can't get them anymore. But the bass, these are made mainly of plywood. They originally started out with using a broomstick and a wash tub, and one piece of string, usually made from some animal part. But they've evolved a lot since then. The wash tub basses are still around, by the way. I have one at home. But the plywood, they're less susceptible to moisture changes, and you don't have to retune them as often as you might find in a concert bass, which is made strictly of high quality wood. But these are plywood. The fingerboard's made of rosewood. It's a very sturdy material, and it has even though it's made of plywood, a little bit less expensive material, it still provides a pretty nice tone.
And I know this is I'm trying to simplify a complicated issue, but a lot of songs you play two beats to several that they're playing or and you're keeping rhythm and you're keeping now what are those two beats? I've always heard of the bass triangle that you go boom, boom.
Well, the bass usually comes down on each downbeat in a measure. So that's how everybody else can keep the same beat in the song. It depends on the song that you play. Sometimes we'll skip a downbeat and let the band play on. But more often than not, we play on the downbeat in each measure.
Well, give us a little sample of, and maybe do you need accompaniment?
That would be fine.
Why don't you play them a little bit of something, one of your pieces, and
What do we play?
Pick something.
that's really good. And you kind of walk it up and down and walking the
You can
bass.
walk up and walk down like walking a bass.
And that isn't actually a tune we've ever played as a band.
What was it? What was it?
Grandfather's Clock.
Grandfather's Clock.
Yeah, great old song.
Very good. Well,
I think Lee Barr's kind of taken on that song, so. Just that tune, so he's.
well, it's fascinating.
He also sings that song in Czech.
He sings
In
it
Czech.
in Czech, but not for the band.
Not for the band.
Just
Just
for
the
fun.
way they
Just
sing
for
it in
fun.
Prague.
Just for fun.
Just
Wow.
when I'm alone, in fact, there's a lot of American songs translated to Czech, played at the campfires and everywhere. So I would say I can sing more American songs in Czech than major of Tennesseans can play
the Tennessee Waltz.
Tennessee Waltz.
Okay, this is what we're looking for.
Chtěl bych tančit, pojď má drahá, hrajou Tennessee Waltz, volnej jsem a hvězdy už spí. Ty jen prstem kejvneš lásko a já s tebou tančím, mám blízko tvý srdce však víš. Nezapomínej, jak hrál se Tennessee Waltz, jenom ty víš, jak je to se mnou. Naše láska, moje milá, ta přišla s tou nocí, jak překrásnej Tennessee Waltz.
We're going to start it out early, hooping in the holler.
Now, I was totally in the wrong tuning for that. One of the
That's
strange
okay.
things about
Always in the wrong
the
tune.
old-time banjo is you tune it often to the key you're going to play in.
The banjo,
So this banjo's tuned to play in D right now, and he's playing in A, so that makes it a bit tricky.
the banjo is really an acronym for constantly tuning.
Yes, absolutely, and constantly playing out of tune, yes.
Constantly tuning the thing. But,
Plenty of jokes to go along with
Lots of jokes to go along with it.
there's the main tunings in the banjo are like G tuning,
G tune is common.
double C tuning,
Double C.
and sawmill tuning.
And G, yes, G modal or
G
sawmill
modal.
tune. Absolutely, you've done your homework.
Yeah, I used to play a little bit.
Ah, all right.
Long time ago. But anyway, we got Eddie McCulloch here from Franklin, Tennessee. And now we call it the Promised Land. We're Franklin, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And he used to sing a song called Big Mama Boogie.
Oh, God.
He's gonna sing Big Mama Boogie if you'll lend him your guitar.
No.
Right now. No, I don't think.
I don't know it.
No, he won't play it.
That one I haven't heard of.
But, well, is there anything else y'all want to comment on? Or, we're going to have a
No,
show.
thanks for having us.
Bless
Thanks for
y'all.
having
And
us.
what kind
Got
of
a
wine
beautiful
do you
place
make?
here.
We're gonna get Libor to get one. I hope he'll sing it in English. It's a gospel number called "Keep on the Sunny Side," an old Carter family tune.
There's the dark and the troubled side of life. There's the bright, there's the sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may knew.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life.
The storm and its fury broke today. Crashing hopes that we cherished so dear. Clouds in storm when time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life.
Let us greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moment be cloudy or fair, let us trust in our Savior always, who keepeth everyone in his care.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life.
You two do it, not me.
First night I came in just drunk as I could be. There was a horse standing in the stall, my horse ought to be. Now come here, wife, my pretty little wife, explain this thing to me. What you doing with a horse standing in the stall where my horse ought to be? I don't understand this.
You blind fool, you crazy fool, you're as drunk as you can be. What's only a Jersey cow, my
Jersey
papa
cow?
said to me.
Well, I've traveled this whole world over, 10,000 miles or more, and a saddle on a Jersey cow I ain't never done seen before. Second night, I came in just drunk as I could be. There was a coat hanging on the peg where my coat ought to be. Now come here, wife, my pretty little wife, explain this thing to me. What you doing with a coat hanging on a peg where my coat ought to be? I don't understand that.
You blind fool, you crazy fool, you're as drunk as you can be.
I've been drunker.
What's only a bed quilt?
A bed
My
quilt?
mama sewed for me.
I've traveled this whole world over, 10,000 miles or more, and pockets on a bed quilt I ain't never done seen before. Third night when I came in as drunk as I could be. There was a hat laying on the shelf where my hat ought to be. Now come here, wife, my pretty little wife, explain this thing to me. What you do with a hat laying on the shelf where my hat ought to be? This doesn't make any sense at all. I'm
You
suspicious there's
blind
something
fool,
going
you
on.
crazy fool, you're as drunk as you can
No,
be.
I'm not believing
What's
this.
only a frying
A
pan?
frying
My mama gave to me.
Well, I've traveled this whole world over, 10,000 miles or more, and a hat band on a frying pan I ain't never done seen before. Fourth night when I came in as drunk as I could be, there was a head laying on the pillow where my head ought to be. Now come here, wife, my pretty little wife, explain this thing to me. What you do with a head laying on a pillow where my head ought to be? Now I know there's something going on. This just ain't. It can't be.
You blind fool, you crazy
not
fool, you're as
believing
drunk
this.
as you can be.
I'm not believing
What's only a cabbage head? My
A
grandma
cabbage
gave to
head?
me.
A cabbage head?
That's what I said. It was only a cabbage head my grandma gave to me.
I've traveled this whole world over, 10,000 miles or more, and a mustache on a cabbage head I ain't never done seen before. Thank you. He was stranded in a tiny town on fair Prince Edward Island, waiting for a ship to come and find him. With one horse place, friendly face, some coffee, and a tiny trace of fiddling in the distance far behind him. And a dime across the counter then, shy hello, a brand new friend to walk along the streets in the wintry weather. A yellow light, an open door, and a welcome friend, there's room for more. And they're standing there inside together. But I've heard that tune before somewhere, but I can't remember when. Was it on some other friendly shore? Did I hear it in the Was it written on the sky above? I think I heard it from someone I love.
Never heard it sound so sweet since then.
Sailor's feet begin to tap. The little boy said, I'll take your hat. He's caught up in the magic of her smile. And leaped hard with any wind, but off across the floor he sent his clumsy body graceful as a child. Said there's magic in the fiddlers and there's magic in this town. Magic in the dancers' feet and the way they put 'em down. People smiling everywhere, boots and ribbons, locks of hair,
Laughter, old blue suits and Easter gowns.
Sailor's gone, the room is bare, the old piano's sitting there. Someone's hat's left hanging on the rack. The empty chair, the wooden floor that feels the touch of shoes no more, waiting for the dancers to come back.
And the fiddle's in the closet of some daughter of the town.
The strings are broke, the bow is gone, and the cover's buttoned down. But sometimes on December night, the air is cold and the wind is right.
There's a melody that passes through this town.
Thank you.